Yeah.
Love that intro. That's
Did you like that?
beat going on there.
I did. I like that. I was
Nice.
I was shaking because I really enjoyed that tune, right?
Yeah, and it's nice theme, a little primitive. Get back into nature, drum beats.
That was I was beating my adventure drum. That's what we're doing here. That's what happened there, I think.
Nice.
The inner adventure came out.
Well, you got some good rhythm going there, buddy.
Right. Well, you should have seen me be swaying some hips on this side. Lucky it was below camera because I was shaking some, man. I was going bad. Welcome to episode 62 of the A Travel Talk Show, a part of the ehCanadaTravel.com website and product of the A Travel Marketing Group. We would like to remind everyone, quick note, everyone, to help us protect BC tourism. If you see a wildfire in British Columbia, please call 1-800-663-5555, or here's an even easier way to go. Take that cell phone, do star 5555, and do it as soon as possible. Let's save our forests. We all enjoy it. We use it for very many recreational, and we don't need any of us human species starting any more fires. So please, let's be cautious. Fire smart awareness is important right now, Call.
It is very important, and if it's a very small fire, put it out.
There you go. There we go.
Be safe and careful. No cigarette butts out. No smoking near grassy areas. Watch your exhaust. It doesn't take much because it is hot out there.
Yep. Welcome to the Adventure Seeker Trilogy. Woo! It sounds like a blockbuster already, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, the next 3 episodes on the A Travel Talk Show, we are privileged, honored, bowing, and begging to be able to talk to the Canadian explorers you're going to hear about, and we're going to talk about some of the past, the present, and the future, something that's wowed them, something that they went, hey, that's pretty cool, something they've stumbled across on the trail. The Adventure Seeker Trilogy. I'm going to be tough on that one tonight.
We'll get it straight by the end.
We'll provide many adventure bucket list items and ideas for Canadians, travelers, and, of course, us locals and visitors. Ewan McGregor, remember that dude, Call? He was in that movie, The Fish, I think it was called. He said that one day when you least expect it, the great adventures will find you. Well, we are lucky that we have found 10 great adventurers. And we are fortunate that we all connect on one level. We all love the outdoors. We're all passionate to explore. We're all passionate to expand our mindsets. We're all passionate to learn cultures and language. We're all in that sort of same mindset when it comes down to adventures. That could easily describe, in many cases, the Adventure Seeker Club of Canada. We are bringing together what we like to call adventure enthusiasts, people of positive energy, avid explorers, curiosity seekers, and finders. We're bringing them all into just one house so we can adventure together, reaching more travelers, learning new skills, and making a difference, telling tourism stories with human connections. Unheard of in the industry. We're going to do tourism stories. We're going to educate travelers, Canadians, and locals with human connecting tourism stories. Boots on the ground research, baby. That's what we call it, Call.
I love it. It's all such a great program. And like you say, it's personal stories that make the difference. People want to hear experiences, not just stories.
Yep. Luckily, the A Travel Talk Show is beamed down to us from the Cobro satellite. You've all heard of this satellite. Lots of money we put into this. We have our own satellite. It's called the Cobro. It's called the Cobro satellite. It beams down our signal every Tuesday, 7 p.m. right here on Facebook and YouTube Live for 62 episodes now. We're bringing in the adventure seekers to life and hear their amazing stories in person. Tonight, we're talking with adventure seeker Sonya Richmond. Her story, like they're all, are amazing. We call her our resident birdologist. That's a Canadian word. That's our word. Don't look it up because you won't find it. That we just made that up because she fits.
Did you look it up?
Oh, come on.
You never know.
Oh, come on. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't see it on anyone's nameplate, birdologist.
I'm sure Sonya will let us know.
That's what we should get her. We should get her cards that say birdologist on it.
Yeah. Or a hat, birdologist.
There you go.
I'm sure we should give it out to everybody.
Then we have Sarah Stewart. Okay, we just found out we have a gaming expert on our panel.
That's great to hear the stories.
I know. She's a photographer. And she's all into family adventures and another great perspective on tourism, another great personal connection. And she's taken off on a whirlwind adventure in Canada, of course, because that's what we do. And she's going to be sharing it with us. Then we have our digital nomad, Melanie Adair, who just had a fabulous video put up of her waterfalling. You know, Colin, we love waterfalling. I remember all across Canada, we went waterfalling every time we can. We found one of the ones that really stuck on the East Coast, where some of us are from, is remember the Egypt Falls in Baddock, that one we found?
Was that the one with the boardwalks?
Yep. Well, boardwalks, ropes, a lot of mud, and falling on your butt. That one.
I mean, Baddock was a huge surprise in Nova Scotia there. It was a great little town.
Fell for it. Okay, I'm just going to give a shout out here, and I'll put them on the screen. We have fellow adventure seeker coming on our show, Chanel Coe. She goes, hi, all excited to talk tonight. I've been looking forward to this all day. Janelle's giving a shout out. And then we also have Loveline, wonderfully looking forward to the session tonight. So guess what? We have fans. We didn't pay them, but they are adventure seekers. So, you know, but they're the ones that spoke up, and they're coming out to play. And that's what we do. We play. So tonight, the Adventure Seeker Club of Canada, just for you newbies, this is a new initiative. We were getting, we want to hang out with adventure addicts. And as you age, because we're about 21, Col? I think about 21.
Well, you're the older brother, so
yeah.
I mean,
okay, so like Colin's 20 and a half. Colin's
something.
20 and a half. But as you get older, a lot of your friends lose that adventure bug for many reasons. And we want to hang campfire chat around adventure addicts, people who are a little bit crazy, people who love to try new things, people who love the outdoors, people who could talk the game around a campfire. Those are the ones we want. So we started what's called the Adventure Seeker Club, and we also wanted to help them, which is sort of the format Colin has put together, is we're able to help them as well. Not only do we get to hang, but we also get to hang. We also get to try and do our best to make sure that their messages get out there. They'll be exploring Canada. They're going to provide us some real time, and you know it, boots on the ground research. That's what we do. That's what we love. And we're going to share it the real way. So we're going to give you live current content. So you're going to know exactly what's going on, where these people are hanging out. This special group is going to learn some new skills, play a part in building a people-first travel website. I don't know why no one's thought of it before, Call, but I got corporates out the window. We're doing people first, and we're going to go with it. And we're going to have a whole big bunch of adventure addicts hanging out. And when we get to that point, maybe we might even throw a big adventure addict party for them all. What do you think, Call?
What do you mean, maybe?
Excellent answer.
That's going to happen. I mean,
excellent answer.
That's the whole goal in the end, I think.
Yes. Every 6 months, you can apply to be an adventure seeker. This is an exclusive club. We meet with them. We get to hang with them. We're going to talk with them. We're going to support them. And then if in the meantime, if you can't wait, I would suggest signing up as a travel influencer for free and getting to know some of the basics. And then when we do our call out, so you can join this wonderful group, then bingo, bango, bongo, you got a head start. What do you think, Call?
Brilliant.
Am I missing anything?
No, I think you got it pretty well covered.
Excellent. So if you haven't figured it out yet, you're a little slow on the uptake. My name is Greg Gerard, and this is Cobro Adventure Seeker, Colin Jr., keeper of the code Gerard.
That'll be me, yeah.
That's your name. We are the Brothers of Tourism. Your maple leaf wearing, bannock munching, halibut fishing, backpacking beavers, and your hosts to the A Travel Talk Show. Our Adventure Seeker efforts has been rewarded us recently, and I just a little bit of a bragging moment before we bring on our guest. ehCanadaTravel.com was voted the best Canadian adventure planning website 2021 by Lux Life Tourism Awards. We're ranked top 25 global travel blogger by Global Rise. That's probably slipping because I'm not writing enough blogs. Top 100 global influencer, January 2021, and best community marketing program in Canada and British Columbia by Canada Prestige Awards and the BC Economic Development Association. So that is our Boy Scout badges so far in 2021. We wear them on our sleeve. But tonight, we're here to talk Adventure Seeker Club of Canada. So please, everyone, let's put our hands together. We're going to bring them on the show. We have Sonya, we have Sarah, and we have Melanie. And to do that, we're going to say goodbye to Colin, and we'll bring them back when we're a little bit done. So say bye, Colin. Give them a big kiss.
Whoa, goodbye, everyone. Big hugs and kisses. You betcha.
Sonya, welcome to the show.
Why, thank you.
Melanie, welcome to the show. And also we have
Hello.
Sarah. And there we go, our first of the trilogy. Oh my God, I'm going to have a tough time with that word, people. I'm going to get a lot of emails. Where did you learn your English? I'll just say A. That's my answer. So welcome to the show, guys. We love having you to the show. It's an honor to hear your stories. I'm so happy to hear your adventures. I hope we hit some bucket list moments tonight and people are writing all this stuff down. I'm so stoked to have you. Thanks for being the first of the 10 that will be coming on the show. But let's start it off. We have our 62. A lot of the people watching today know who I am because I talk a lot, but they might not know where you are. So let's do us all a favor. Let's take some quality time. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about who you do, what you do, and how you do it. That sort of adventure thing. And let's start with you, Sarah. Oh, hold on, Sarah. Gotta get you off mute. There you go.
Oh.
Okay, restart.
Okay, there we go. So I'm Sarah, and I'm originally from Nova Scotia, living in Ontario now, but we do a lot of traveling all over Canada and beyond. And when I say we have 5 children, and we often travel as a family, and then we also sometimes travel with other families or with friends. So some of the things that I talk about will be family adventures, some will be adventures that are great for couples to go on, and some will be just random things that we find on the side of the road, because that ends up being a lot of our very exciting adventures. We see a sign and go, hey, let's go do that thing. And so you never know what we might discover.
I see. I'm already hooked, and we're just getting started. Okay, Melanie, why don't you give us a little breakdown too, if you don't mind?
Sure. I'm Melanie. So I'm excited to be on the show with you guys. I have 2 passions in life, and it's traveling and the outdoors. For traveling, I love traveling. I've basically been traveling on and off for the last 14 years. I've been able to visit all 7 continents, travel to 50 countries. I've lived in 4 of them. So I'm very big into finding new things, experiencing new things, and seeing different things. If you ever travel with me, it's exhausting because I want to see and do as much as possible. Like if there's 10 trails, I want to do all 10 trails. In August, I just moved back from Hong Kong, where I lived there for 5.5 years, to BC. So I'm very excited to start exploring this area. I've definitely seen more of the world than of Canada. So of other travelers I met, they've said Canada is a very beautiful country. So I'm finally excited to start to be able to see it.
I'm telling you, we're pretty stoked to have you here, and I think Canada just gained an adventure seeker and another fellow outdoor enthusiast. So welcome very much, Melanie, to the show. And Sonya, could you give us a little bit about who is Sonya Richmond?
Well, in my previous life, I did a lot of schooling, and I worked in southwestern Ontario, and I did conservation biology, and as you mentioned, bird biology. I like the word birdologist, and I think you may have coined it. About 2 years ago, I sold my house and donated most of my possessions to charity to walk across Canada on the 27,000 kilometer long Trans-Canada Trail. So we started in Newfoundland, in Cape Spear, at the easternmost point in North America, and we've been walking west ever since. We're part of the Come Walk With Us expedition, which is now a Royal Canadian Geographic supported expedition. And we've reached Manitoba. So we're sharing everything we see along the way, a lot of nature, a lot of birds, all the cool and interesting places. We're visiting 15,000 communities, and we're just sharing as much of that as we can through photos, blogs, YouTube, and we're inviting everyone to come walk with us. Join us on our adventure.
I signed up. You're also supported by ehCanadaTravel in heart and mind. Let's just make sure that's true.
Of course.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yes. Yes. We got a couple of things here. Carrie says hi. She's also an adventure seeker. We also, Tanya Stewart is also saying how exciting. So you already got some people hooked there. And then
And then Sonya is enjoying our chat room also. So she's sharing her excitement to be here. I don't think anyone's even more excited than me and Junior just to get this show on the road and have you guys hanging out. I think that is exciting. So here's the next one I'm going to ask you guys a little bit about. The Adventure Seeker Club of Canada is a select group of Canadians who will be sharing, educating Canadians and global travelers around the world on many great adventures, cultural, culinary, historical, in Canada. And on the search engines, and then we're going to cover social media, and then we're also going to do our little bit on our 16,000 page website, splash it all over where it's relevant. It is a unique system where Canadians participate. And like we mentioned earlier, we like to call it people tourism, right? So here's the question, long little babble like I like to do, but here's the question. Recently, you were selected and joined the Adventure Seeker Club of Canada. What does it mean to you to be part of a system which lets people share real-time updated stories? So Melanie, why don't you start us off?
Sure. So I think this program is great. This is actually how I do a lot of my trips or like things that I'm going to do. Is based on these real-time stories. So I follow a lot of people on social media, a lot of tourism industries on social media. I'm in a lot of groups. And based on these posts and their stories that they share is how I determine like what hikes I'm going to do or waterfalls I'm going to go on, where I'm going to eat, events I'm going to attend. So like today I went to this one place because I saw a photo of it. I Googled where it was and I was able to go to it. I'm also that person that like I like to Google everything that I do like to the max. And it's really frustrating when I find the newest like hiking trail from 2015, like the newest blog. So with these real-time stories, it's super helpful for me to be able to plan any of my next adventures. And I'm excited to be part of this because I feel like I'm already a walking, talking Google to my friends. They always ask me like, where is a good short hike with a view? Like, where are the best waterfalls? So I'm really excited to be able to share all this with everybody.
Excellent. And like you said, I think the nice thing is it's real time, which I that's why we basically are Colin basically came up with this, and I sort of just jumped on his coattails. But he came up with it, and the nice thing about what it is it is one of the biggest compliments we got from clients way back when we only had one little community. Is that's what they liked. They wanted something they could go. Like you said, when we were looking for hikes, it was 5 years. Sometimes the information was old. When you look at the posting date. Well, what we're going to do, we're starting new. So we got a whole country to explore, guys. It's wide open. So we've got a lot of exploring to do. Sonya, why don't you give us a little breakdown? What do you think?
I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I'm super excited to be part of it. I also try to Google things as much as I can before I get there, but there's a huge difference between just looking up information and stats on something and actually being part of it, reading what someone experienced while they were there. Like, what is it like if I'm going to do this? And a lot of the decisions I make are also based on, was somebody really enthusiastic about this? Did they have a really good time there? That makes me want to go experience it for myself. And so I'm incredibly excited to be part of this, to learn from all you guys, and also to share my experiences because a big part of what we're doing right now is trying to just inspire people to go out and see Canada for themselves, experience. Like, there's so much beauty out here. There's so many amazing things that are part of Canada, and we want to share that with people. So this is just a fantastic sort of approach, I think.
I think it's bang on, and thank you. And I'm really excited for everyone involved. I can't wait to see where we are in 1 year. I can't wait to see what we can, all the things we're going to be able to accomplish together. So I'm really excited. So what about you, Sarah? Give us a little breakdown of your thoughts.
I'm super excited. It's a fantastic platform. And we already sort of try to share a lot of the adventures we do, especially with the local homeschool communities. So a lot of our traveling is what we call travel schooling. So we're looking for things that are fun, but also have some sort of educational value a lot of the time. And we pass that along to all of our homeschool friends. And something like this, where you're getting real-time updates, is important because every once in a while, we'll find something that's sort of a fleeting adventure. Like we had a really cool field of sunflowers that was planted last spring here and came up in the summer. And you only have a couple of weeks where you can go explore that and take pictures. And so when we posted about that, we had dozens of people asking, oh my gosh, where did you find this? But it's right in the middle of Ottawa. We found, waterfalls that almost nobody knows exist and all sorts of neat little things. And as we're able to share those on a bigger platform, we can entice more people into adventures.
Yeah. I'm getting all chills. I think Colin is too. I think he's, I see you in the room there, Colin. He's all smiling. That's awesome. So based on your interests, Sonya, what are some of your past? Let's give some people some food for thought of how lucky we are to live in Canada and how bountiful our adventures are. What are some of your past Canadian adventures, which travelers should consider adding to their bucket list, Sonya? What comes to your mind?
Well, my interests, I guess, are birding and hiking. And there are tons of opportunities that are so vastly different in this country. But I guess one that really stands out for me that I would say put on your bucket list is Newfoundland's East Coast Trail. It offers just a great, it's like wilderness footpaths for hikers. So you get this wilderness experience. You can camp along it. But at the same time, it goes to a lot of little communities. You can stay in bed and breakfast if you like. There's historical sites like the Colony of Avalon. And in my opinion, one of the best things is being able to take a boat out to the ecological reserve near Bay Bulls, and you can see one of North America's largest puffin colonies. Wow. Even if you're not a birder, being surrounded by tens of thousands of seabirds it's an experience that is mind-blowing. So it sort of has a little bit of everything for everyone. I would definitely say that's one of my favorite bucket list adventures if I had to pick one.
Unbelievable. There's a place on southern Newfoundland where there's a church tourism, and it's the largest colony for a certain type of bird, and they all live in you probably went there. I can't remember the name, and I apologize. It's but they all live in the side of the rock cliffs.
The other great place we went was Cape St. Mary's, and there's
That's it.
Northern Gannet colony. That is absolutely fantastic. That's a great place to go as well. I would highly recommend it.
Isn't the journey there beautiful too? Just driving there, it's like there's nothing. You're just in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden you take a bend, and it's like this beautiful landscape. You don't even know. You can just see the birds below popping up once in a while, and then you get to the edge, and it's like, whoa.
There's tens of thousands, and we saw owls and foxes out there as well, just in the sort of center that's out there. Yeah, it's an amazing place to visit as well.
Okay, Melanie, you're up. Give us a bucket list item.
So since I'm a little bit new, I'm still discovering them, but since I'm from Saskatchewan, definitely if you've never gone to like a Rough Rider game, that is one thing to be put in your bucket list. Like the atmosphere is just like electric, win or lose, it's a good time. Saskatchewan also has a lot of like different little quirky like glamping options. In September, I took my niece and nephew to this old school bus, which they converted into like a little camper that you could sleep in. And this place also took an old grain bin and converted into a room. So you can stay in like different types of housing options or camping options. Moving to BC, I would say basically any hike with a view is worth going to see because the view is just phenomenal. Like it's just absolutely stunning. And if you go hiking in the wintertime, hike to frozen waterfalls because I saw a couple this year and are just impressive. Yeah. And if you can do it, snowshoeing. It's like walking in a Disney movie the whole time. It's so beautiful. Just the snow is falling. There's a lot of snow on the trees. Yeah, it's just absolutely like mesmerizing.
What if I cheat and I want snowshoeing and a frozen waterfall in the same one?
There's a couple you could probably do. There's one in Kalamalaka Park near Vernon, where you can snowshoe through trails if there's enough snow, or just hike, and then you can see a frozen waterfall too, if you can find it.
See, inside information. Gotta have it. Gotta love it. I like it. Okay, Sarah. What do you give us some bucket list items here? I bet our viewers here are just lining up and writing them all down.
I'm going to try my best to keep this brief because I have an awful lot of bucket list items. So one thing that a lot of families traveling don't realize is that each of the national parks has what they call an explorer book. So it's this little workbook of things that you can go through the park and learn about the park while doing a fun educational activity. So that's pretty cool. And the first time we did that was in Jasper. And my kids were all incredibly impressed by the Columbia ice fields. Like, that was the highlight of the trip for them. So if you're in Jasper, Banff, I would suggest going there. If you're in the Ottawa area, there's Gatineau Park, which has one of my favorite adventurous things. Lusk Cave is a marble cave that you can spelunk through, and it's a little bit treacherous, but just bring a headlamp and a backup headlamp. And at the end, you actually have to dive down under the water because the water is quite deep to get out. So that's pretty cool. And we also have a new zip line that's here now that's going from one side of the river to the other. We're going to try that next week. So that's even on my bucket list now. And dog sledding is another Ottawa area thing that's a lot of fun. So if you ever have the opportunity to get out and do that, I would recommend that. And lots and lots of other things. But those are my top choices for today.
We just doubled Canadian tourism in this one question. That was awesome. Way to go, guys. I think that's very good. And we got Christine Howard. She says so many great places is Saskatchewan. So she's agreeing with you there, Melanie. And Andrea Horney, that sounds so cool. Well, Andrea, she's a risk taker. And she's all in too. So our next one is this. So we've talked a little bit about the past. So let's look at what sort of Canadian adventures do you hope to do some boots on the ground research and then sharing with travelers as an adventure seeker. So what are some of the things you hope to start expanding your adventure vocabulary with? Let's start with you, Melanie.
I have a few things. So again, like I'm an outdoor enthusiastic, so it will be a lot of outdoor adventures I'll be posting, a lot of basically hiking, but also camping, water sports like kayaking, canoeing, exploring the provincial parks. I'm also really big into finding little hidden gems or like little lesser known things in towns and areas. So I'll be posting a lot about that too. And the last thing I will be kind of talking about is I hope to give people like realistic, practical tips of how to do some of these adventures. Like if you've never hiked before, just some simple things to make sure you have in your bag. If you decide to do a backpacking trip across Canada, you've never backpacked in your life, like just some essential things to carry with you that will just make your life easier. So those are the things I hope to bring for this.
Excellent. All valuable, all important. And how about you, Sarah? Let's get, what are you sort of looking for the future and some of your adventure seeking goals?
Oh man, we have lots of things planned. So we're pretty much always on the go. And a lot of our adventures have some educational components, so that travel schooling for the families, but also we're really into the outdoors. So we do lots of hiking, and I do a lot of looking for the tiny things like lichens and mosses and fungus. So you'll get some interesting pictures of macro shots in nature. And fall is coming soon, and we're really into Halloween. So we're going to go over exploring some of the haunts nearby in Ontario and Quebec and sort of review which ones are the scariest ones to go to.
Another Halloween liker.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's one of my favorite holidays, and Junior's too. Luckily, we got him, and I don't know, he's in that green room.
We ran our own haunt this year.
Oh, did you?
Kids, yeah, we set up our whole front yard and backyard. We had 800 people from our community through over 9 days. We had live actors. It was quite a production.
Wait, now that's so cool. Community. I like it. So, Sonia, what are some of your future adventure goals?
Well, for the time being, it's mostly hiking, I guess, for the next 3 years. So we're hoping to get to Edmonton by the end of this year, and then walk to Victoria, British Columbia by the end of the next year. And then we're heading up north. So it's pretty much all about the Trans-Canada Trail and all the many things we find along it. We will be sharing as much of the stuff we find as we can, especially birds. I guess one of the things that I'm most looking forward to is heading up north to Tuktoyaktuk. I've never been up there. I've never been to the Arctic Circle. And I am super excited to see the landscape, the birds, the wildlife, everything that's up there. So that is what is in my future, I think.
Our favorite road in the whole country to drive. And we met somebody else that was actually hiking it. It's 784 kilometers, right? The Dempster.
Yeah.
We went when they had that break between COVID-1 and COVID-2. We jumped Maple Leaf RV, Colin and I. We took 2 weeks. We booted for the Arctic Circle because who are you going to run into? There's no one, right? So we booted up there, and we just enjoyed ourselves knowing around. I'm telling you, the colors and the wildlife, Sonia, are gonna. Oh, and
wait.
the Greivalken, we saw a whole. I hope I say that right, but we saw 2 of those, and wow, are they ever strong-looking birds?
Yeah, they're amazing. And I think there's a lot of shorebirds up there as well. Like, we're stoked to get up there.
You guys are gonna have so much fun in the Delta. It's gonna be just crazy, the birds you're gonna see.
We'll have to get advice from you when we start heading up there.
Have a good battery. That's my advice. Have a good camera battery. Yeah. Okay. So what are some of the things that has impressed you so far about just getting a whole bunch of people together that love the same thing and are passionate about adventuring and all that? What are some of the things you're taking from the group so far with the 10 people that we have in there? Let's start with you, Sarah. Sorry.
Well, I'm just so impressed by everyone's stories. We've got some really exciting people in here. I spent that first meeting going, wow, how did I get here? Like, these people are awesome. But it's really exciting to hear all the cool things that everybody's doing. And man, that website is fabulous. Like, it's so well done. And I'm so excited to see the community interact. It's going to be an amazing experience for everyone.
Excellent. And I can list off probably 20 reasons why you're here. So don't worry about that part. There's a lot of things you're bringing to the table that a lot of us don't have. And that's exactly why you're here. So you know how we think. No one undervalues anyone. We're all here for the same. So you go get them, Sarah. You get them hard. You adventure hard.
I'm excited. So much adventure. That's my motto. Do all the things.
I love it. Okay, Sonia, a little bit about what sort of gist are you getting from the group?
I love the diversity. Like, it's such an incredible group to be a part of. We've got people from such different backgrounds and different interests coming together. I think it's an incredible group to be a part of. I'm super excited to learn all the different kinds of things, see Canada from different perspectives, and just listening to you guys tonight, like, I have more to add to my bucket list, more things to do, more places to go. I think it's an incredible opportunity for us. Like, it's really exciting, and it's a really nice platform to be on. Like, I am super impressed with like how easy it is, how I think it's really a great opportunity for us.
Excellent. I'm glad. Thank you for that. And we are honored to have everyone here. And Melanie, what is your first impressions, your sort of just to what's going on?
I really like how everybody is super supportive and encouraging. Like, if you post something, everybody's commenting on it and liking it. I also like the diversity of everybody in this group. Like, everybody comes from different backgrounds. There's a different age group. So it's nice to see different activities for like different types of like age groups that we have. And I also like how you and Colin are there for us, and you give us like a feedback in like a timely manner, which is quite nice. If we have questions, you answer them instantly. So that's a great part of the program.
Excellent. I'm pumped. I want to go hike a mountain right now. That's what I want to do. Okay, so here's one a little bit, and thank you for all of that. And I'm just as stoked as every one of you about that. Adventure tourism is all our passion, outdoor tourism, and that goes a long way. That can go cultural, that can go historical, that can go adventure activities, all that sort of thing. It's one of the fastest growing tourism segments right now. I think it was the World Tourism Association basically said it's growing at about a 65% clip a year. Which is the fastest growth. The one that's really starting to catch up is Indigenous tourism, of course. But why do you guys adventure? What drives you? What are the benefits that are you getting from? Because there's a lot of people, and it's a little bit here, but a lot of people forget how to adventure as life goes on. They forget to make time to adventure. the nice thing about our group is we're all making that time to fit it in. So what are Sonia, what sort of drives you to be an adventure-holic?
I think maybe it's just in my DNA. I'm not sure. I had a desk job and I felt like I was missing the world. There's so much beauty. There's so much amazing wildlife. I love like finding new species, discovering new places, meeting new people. Being out in the world is just, it's what I love to do. And
Yeah.
I had to make that a part of how I live my life. And it has been amazing ever since. And if we can share that with as many people as we can along the way, then that's awesome.
Yep. Yep. And that's one thing we have in common. I used to be suit and tie board table guy. And I used to go out between Dresden, Germany and Edmonton was my last job. And I was the same way. I looked across the table and I says, I don't want to be that. I don't want to, that's not the life I want. So, yeah, I walked in and did the same thing. Went and did that. And I says, I want to go and experience life. And best thing I ever did. What do you think? Best thing you ever did?
So far, have no regrets.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing adventure. And we only have so many days in our lives, and I'd rather not spend them in front of a computer screen. That's what it comes down to.
That hurt. That hurt. Melanie, why don't you go next? Tell us a little bit what makes you tick. What's your adventure ticker all about?
So I'm all about living life, enjoying life, and I just want I try to get the most out of life. So life can be really comfortable sometimes. You can kind of get stuck in it. And for me, leaving my comfort zone, like some of the best experiences I've had, how my life has gone, is from leaving my comfort zone and just doing different things I wouldn't normally do. I think what keeps driving me to do it is I obviously love doing this type of things, but from my personal experience, it's just some of the people that I've met are the reasons why I've done things in my life. So in my first year of university, I had a roommate from Australia. So then I went and did a study abroad. And then I met a girl who's doing a round the world trip. And then so I decided to do one. So I hope that when people hear and see our stories, that it entices them to go out and do it and to go and explore. So that's kind of what had happened to me. Is I read people's stories, I met them, and that's what I did.
Yep. And that's the beauty when we're sharing our stories, and they say that in all social media platforms too. I mean, when you connect and share your stories, you do influence decisions, especially if it's somebody you trust, right? Like a friend or a follower or a roommate. So yeah. Sonia, what do you have to tell us about? Or sorry, Sarah.
So for me, travel, like the rest of life, is all about connection. And traveling, that can be connecting with nature, connecting with our past, connecting with the people you're traveling with or with new people. And that's sort of the most important thing to me. You might find me out in the woods looking at the same tree and taking close-up photos of tiny little lichen for a whole half an hour. My kids love watching me do that. Or you might find us off, exploring some strange cave. So we kind of do our best to connect with nature and with the people we meet along the way, to learn a lot about the history in each place that we're in. Sometimes we'll just spend a whole entire day walking around looking at interpretive panels in different towns. So it's all about the connections.
Wow. These are great. I've got Andrea, Andrea, you guys, we've all heard of our friend Andrea. She's just loving your guys' answers and your stories here. She's like flipping out over here. She loves it. So that's awesome. So before we let you go, now it's been a blast, and unfortunately it's only, 45 to an hour show, but we like to finish it with what you guys would like to talk about. And don't worry, you can talk as long as you want on this part, because this is the important part. If we let you go, before we let you go, is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers? Maybe about you or Canada or Adventure Seeker, anything in any sort that we may not have touched on? Let's start off with you, Melanie. Anything you want to leave our audience with? Any words of wisdom?
I just want to say that I'm just excited to be part of the Adventure Seekers Club of Canada, and I can't wait to share all my stories and adventure with you guys. And if anybody has any questions about traveling or hiking or anything at all, just feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer you. Just send a message on the platform and I'll get back to you on it.
Excellent. And yes, we will, everyone, there's the platform is very interactive. You can contact our adventure seekers in many different ways. You can contact them from their articles. You can contact them from the social media travel feed, a live feed, which is we're posting every day on there, telling our stories, sharing hints and travel tips. So there's a lot of different ways to contact Melanie. Sarah, why don't you give us a little anything you'd like to finish off with and sharing with our audience?
I just want to remind people that there's something to be learned everywhere in Canada. We talk about how all of these tiny little stories in each of the small towns is sort of what makes this wonderful tapestry of Canada. So don't be afraid to look closely everywhere you go and learn new things.
Very good advice. Very, very, very good advice. And I'm really looking forward to your trip coming up. And did you want to share with us where you're going, just so we can sort of lead in and get everyone a little excited? Sarah?
Me? Which one? Oh, Nova Scotia.
Uh-huh.
So I'm from Nova Scotia, and we go a few times a year. And we get out on hikes there. My uncle has a great provincial park he wants to take us to this time. We
Nice,
go out
nice.
kayaking to the sand flats and go clam digging. We are
Okay.
going to the Shubenacadie Canal to learn about some of the history there while we're there. Might try to take in Kejimkujee. I hear there's some great lichens there, so
Excellent. Now that's, see, there you go. Let's yeah, Nova
much to see.
Scotia. Yeah, yeah. And Sonia, would you like to leave anything with our audience or your fellow adventure seekers? The floor is yours.
I guess I would just say we're now all able to travel again, or a lot of us are starting to be able to travel again. I'm out here right now, and I can say that a lot of the small town communities in particular, but in general, people are really wanting people to come visit now. Like, things are starting to open up. Small business owners are hurting. And so if you're looking at taking a staycation in Canada, there are so many great opportunities. And if you do that, you will be supporting local businesses. You'll be supporting local hotel owners. They need your business. They are really happy to see people. And you can support the local economy by doing that. And I think we all have many suggestions about great places to go, great things to do, and we will be doing our best to share any ideas we have. I'm sure all the other adventure seekers are all over that as well. So this is a great place to find out about staycation ideas. So I just encourage you to follow along.
It's going to be a fun ride, and I am going to kudos, tap on wood, knock on my head what Sonia just said. Book direct as well, people. When you do your Canadian vacations, when you go through directly with the site, you're saving them 13% on the bottom end. That's what the booking.coms of the world are taking, and that's leaving our country, not coming back. Keep it in the community, book direct with their websites. And if you need to know a real funky, cool little live interactive website, ehCanadaTravel.com does not take commissions, and we direct link you to their website because we want them to get the money. So there's something there. Save that 13%. Do yourself a favor, save a tourism business, book direct. I can't stress that enough. And Sonia, I think you've been watching the show because I've been harping on that for like the last 20 episodes. Is my big harping, my big sore point, throwing this money away. So that's my little bit. But anyways, thank you guys very much. Very much. My hat is off to you. Thank you so much for coming. I'm just going to put you back in that green room. Maybe give Colin a shot in the arm on his way out as he's coming back on stage. And we'll talk to you in a bit. If you have time to stay around, please do, and we'll hook up at the end of the show. And if you don't, we understand. So thank you again, Melanie. We're just going to let you go. Say bye, Melanie.
Bye.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
And bye, Sonia.
Bye.
And hello, Junior.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty awesome listening to that show. Listening to the Seekers. I mean, they all got such passion for outdoors and traveling. I mean, we found a pretty skookum group, I gotta say.
What a great group. I'm so stoked.
Totally impressed. I mean, I learned so much about Canada just by this last show.
Yep. And this is just going to get better. I mean, we're going to help each other so much. We're going to learn so much. I mean, I don't know how we're going to stay indoors because of all the adventures we're going to be wanting to do. So this is fantastic. So we sure like to say thank you to our guests, Adventure Seeker Sonya Richmond, aka Birdologist, And again, Sonya confirmed that's an ehCanada word, man. We invented that puppy. That's us. That's ours, man. You can't take it. Birdologist. And Sarah Stewart.
At the end, she hit it on the nose there. With the travel local.
Yep.
Support local.
Yep.
Very well put.
Put the money back in the tourism businesses, keep them in the tourism family, put food on the table, pay their mortgages, and let them keep their equipment. Because I know a lot of businesses who we talked to had to sell their inventory. That means kayaks, canoes, gone out the window just to pay the mortgage, just to run a resort. And just because they have a resort with 3 cabins doesn't mean that they're bathing in money, people. This is a big misconception. So let's make sure that we support them. They're creating jobs, and it's very, very important. We'd also like to say that, with Sarah Stewart, the family adventure queen, she's going to tell us everything about what to do in her region. And she's going to Nova Scotia. She's going to tweak up the Atlantic coast. She's going to make it happen. She's going to take a click here, click there, and she's going to tell us all about it. And guess what? What's going to happen? We're all going to want to go to Nova Scotia.
Already do.
Sarah's
listening to it again.
Sarah's fault.
It is. It's all Sarah's fault for sure.
Sarah's fault. Then we have the digital nomad who has seen more countries, more places, done more things than us. And I haven't met very many people who have done that. And this is Melanie Adair. We are so happy to have her. Canada is lucky to have her back. And hopefully we get to keep her for a little bit of time this time, opposed to running off and being an adventurer around the world. We got to Canada's got to hook Melanie in, man. We got to reel her in.
Well, there's more than enough here to keep her here for a couple lifetimes. So as she says, she wants to do everything.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
Took us 10 years. So she's good here for 10 years.
She ain't going anywhere. She wants to do everything.
We got her. Yeah. Hold it. You haven't done this, Melanie. Oh, I guess they can't go. Well, there you go. We got her in. So we're very honored. Very honored to have them all. I love it when we're smiling, having fun, and I just love the camaraderie of the group. I'm very happy with the group. I'm just a little kid in a candy store, man, and all this adventure candy is just driving me batty. It's like I'm on sugar.
Adventure candy.
Yeah, adventure candy. So tomorrow, you'll find this interview on our Travel Talk community. If you go to ehCanadaTravel.com, there's a little link on the top right. It says Travel Talk Live. Everybody talks. We all share. We talk. We share. We talk. We share. We talk. We learn. We learn. We learn. We educate. Then we go adventure. That's how we do it. And then you can also see this on the award-winning website, because as our adventure seekers produce their stories, it will be all over. Make sure you read this stuff. It's going to be great. And soon after that episode, we will be sharing all of this beautiful conversation on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and or Tumblr, social media pages. And to all of you out there, all of you guys tuning in, you guys rock. Thank you to our viewers for spending the last hour with us. Thank you to our viewers who share our show, who posts on our website, who talk to us on social media. And thank you for the advertisers for paying those nasty bills that show up every month. Thank you to you guys, because those bills are... but we got to pay them, right? Because we want to keep doing what we're doing. So thank you for that. So thank you to those tourism businesses who support us, who advertise with us. Come on, everyone, jump on. This is a new thing. We're going. This is how it's going to happen. Future tourism. You talk to any strategist. This is where it's going. Get on board. Sign your business up. Get going. Make content. Drive that traffic to your website. Out goes Expedia. Gone. Boom. We get to keep all our money. So that's how it works. Boom. So please tune in next week, because we have episode 2 of 3, and my brother is going to give you a little bit about that. We are the co-bro hosts of the Travel Talk Show. Greg, Colin, Jr., Gerard, the brothers of tourism, and remember Canada. And Sonia hit this on the nose. Book direct with Canadian tourism websites. Imagine if we all did that, 13% or more dollars stay in our communities nationwide. Billions of dollars. The public just saved the tourism industry if we all did this. That's how simple of an answer it is. Our actions, where you book, does make a difference. I don't know about you guys, but I will not use these websites. Not a chance. You know why? Because I have a real hard time buying billionaire sports cars, airplanes, summer cottages, and private islands. I have a real hard time doing that. But I sure would love to help that cottage resort in Muskoka or Algonquin Park maintain their canoe kayak trails. Or how about even put a nice new shiny new jersey on my boys' hockey jersey, because that's also effective, because that money was used to sponsor all the groups in your community. Buck up, Canada. You don't even
And
have
you
to
just
do
get
it.
down.
Huh?
Sorry, you just get down to it. I mean, it creates jobs.
Yep.
A lot of these businesses are having a hard time getting the employees in.
Yep.
I mean, it's this all ends up booking local, booking direct, creates employment, creates jobs, creates.
Yep. We need to share
helps
that.
everyone.
Need to share some tourism love, people. Public,
Tourism
support your
love,
business,
yeah.
support your businesses. Because if we don't support them, you know who's going to come in and snarf up all our market, and it ain't going to be Canadian businesses. So, come on, keep them there, keep them square, do your part. So again, Junior, before we shut this puppy down,
Yeah.
I believe you you want to have a little spiel at the end. So I'm gonna bump off into that green room and get a head start.
You go, dude. Yes, I mean, after this show today, I'm super excited to announce, next week's Adventure Seeker Club of Canada members. Please tune in. Trilogy continues, episode 2 of 3 of the Adventure Seeker Club of Canada. Our guest will be Outdoor Mummy, Andrea Horning, blogger, Megan Kopp, and Miss Tourism World Canada, Samantha Sewell. Join us. Be here. It's going to be a great time. Call out.